It's 11:47 p.m. You're lying in bed, scrolling. You're not buying anything, you're just looking. A jacket, a gadget, a flight to somewhere you've never been. Your thumb moves automatically, the way it always does at this hour, when the day is finally quiet enough for your mind to wander toward things you want. You close the app, you don't buy it, you feel responsible, proud even, you tell yourself you have control. But here's what nobody tells you. That moment, the scroll, the close, the small mental tug of war, that wasn't nothing. That was a decision. And you make somewhere between 35 and 100 of those exact decisions every single day. Most of them so small, so quiet, that you don't even register them as choices at all. Most people think their financial life is shaped by big moments. The house you bought, the car loan you took, the job you didn't take. The big, dramatic, sit down and decide moments that show up once or twice a year. But that's not where your money actually goes. Your money goes where your small decisions point it. Quietly, constantly, all day long, while you're not even looking. And almost nobody is tracking those. Let's talk about what a financial decision actually is, because most people have the wrong definition entirely. You think a financial decision looks like sitting down with a spreadsheet, comparing two investment options, calculating numbers, weighing pros and cons with a calm, focused mind? That happens maybe twice a year, if that. A real financial decision looks like this. Do I order the $14 lunch or the $8 one? Do I open this email from the store with 30% off or delete it without looking? Do I drive past the gas station that's 2 cents cheaper because I'm already running late? Or do I pull in anyway? Do I let the subscription renew because canceling feels like a hassle I don't have energy for? Or do I spend 90 seconds doing it? None of these feel like financial decisions in the moment. They feel like nothing, a blip, a non-event, something too small to matter. But you make dozens of them daily, and every single one moves money in a direction, either toward your future or quietly away from it. There is no neutral option. Every choice, even the ones that feel like non-choices, is still a choice. Here's the concept that explains why this is so easy to miss. It's called decision fatigue. Your brain has a limited capacity for making deliberate, effortful choices in a single day. Every decision, what to wear, what to eat, what to say in a meeting, how to respond to a difficult text, whether to speak up or stay quiet, pulls from the exact same mental battery. There's no separate battery for financial decisions. It's all the same resource, being drained from the moment you wake up. By the time you reach the small financial decisions of your day, your battery is often already low, sometimes nearly empty. And here's the trap. When your decision-making battery is low, your brain doesn't simply stop making decisions. It still has to choose, so it switches to autopilot. It picks the path of least resistance, the default, the easy yes, the thing that requires the least mental effort, regardless of whether it's actually good for you. That's why you don't impulse buy at 9 a.m. with a fresh mind and a clear head. You impulse buy at 11 p.m. after a long day, after dozens of other decisions, when your brain has already spent its budget and simply wants the friction of resisting to go away. This isn't a willpower problem. It was never a willpower problem. It's a battery problem. And once you actually understand that, the entire conversation about money changes completely. So here's what most personal finance advice gets backwards. It tells you to budget harder, track every expense down to the penny, use more willpower, resist temptation through sheer force of character. But asking someone with an already depleted decision battery to suddenly summon more willpower at the exact moment their willpower is lowest, that's not a strategy. That's setting someone up to fail and then calling the failure a character flaw. The real fix isn't more willpower. It was never about willpower at all. The real fix is fewer decisions. Let me show you what that actually means in practice. The first move is what I call decision removal. Instead of deciding every single time whether to save money, you remove the decision from your day entirely. You set up an automatic transfer the day your paycheck lands, before you see the number sitting in your account, before you feel the temptation creep in, before decision fatigue even has a chance to show up. The money moves before you have to decide anything at all. People who automate their savings save significantly more than people who manually transfer money each month. Not because they're more disciplined human beings, not because they have stronger character, but because they removed the exact moment where discipline would have been required at all. The second move is default design. Most of your spending isn't actually a series of fresh decisions made in the moment. It's a series of defaults you set once, a long time ago, and then never touched again. Which card auto-pays your subscriptions? Whether your shopping app remembers your card number, turning an impulse buy into one single tap instead of 3 deliberate steps. Whether you're still subscribed to retailer emails that are engineered very deliberately to catch you during a weak decision moment, you don't need more willpower to fight these defaults. You need to redesign them so the easy path is the one that actually serves you, instead of the one that quietly works against you. The third move is pre-deciding. This is, by far, the single most underused tool in personal finance. Instead of deciding in the moment whether to buy something, you decide in advance when your mind is clear and rested exactly what the rule will be. I don't buy anything over $50 same day. I sleep on it for 24 hours, no exceptions. I check my account balance before checking out, every single time, without skipping it. I unsubscribe from every retailer email the moment I make a purchase, before the next sale email even has a chance to arrive. Send. These rules do something quietly powerful. They take the decision out of the exhausted, depleted moment and move it into a calm, clear one. You're not relying on willpower at 11 p.m. Fighting a battle you're already losing. You already decided weeks ago with a fresh mind. All you have to do now is follow the rule you already set for yourself. Let's talk about what this actually looks like over the course of a year. Say you make just 5 small financial decisions a day, where the easy autopilot choice costs you an extra $4, the upgraded order, the impulse add-on at checkout, the subscription you forgot to cancel, the convenience purchase instead of the planned one. That's $20 a day. On its own, that doesn't sound like much at all. Over a year, that adds up to over $7,000. Not from one bad decision, not from one moment of weakness, from thousands of tiny ones, all pointing the same direction, day after day, because nobody ever interrupted the pattern. Now flip it around. If even half of those decisions get automated, defaulted, or pre-decided, removed entirely from the exhausted part of your day and handled in advance, while your mind was clear, you're not fighting temptation 1,800 times a year. You're fighting it maybe 200 times. And the other 1,600 decisions are already made quietly in your favor without you lifting a finger in the actual moment. That's not extreme discipline. That's not superhuman willpower. That's simply better decision architecture, built once and left to run on its own. Here's where I want to leave you. We've been taught that financial success is about having more willpower than the average person. That the people who save more, spend less, and quietly build wealth over time simply want it more, or resist temptation better than everyone else around them. That's not what's actually happening. The people who build real financial stability aren't necessarily making better decisions in the moment, when the moment is hardest. They've arranged their entire life so that far fewer decisions are required in that moment at all. They automated what should have always been automatic. They redesigned the defaults that were quietly working against them without their permission. And they made their hardest decisions in advance, while their mind was clear and calm, instead of leaving them for 11 p.m. when their mind was tired and their guard was down. You don't have a spending problem. You were never broken, and you were never undisciplined. You were simply making 80 financial decisions a day with the same exhausted brain that had already made 80 other decisions before it even reached you. Fix the number of decisions you have to make, not the willpower behind them. That's the entire game.